Welcome back to the office. This is the room in my flat that I decided to turn into a workplace or studio. And as you can see, my gear is starting to crowd me out here. So, help! Hey guys, welcome to Max Memos. In this video I thought that since it's absolutely pouring down outside, we would talk a little bit about my gear and the gear I use to make these videos. And I thought maybe I should do like everyone else and do a studio tour or something like that. Not that I have much of a studio to show off. In any case, if you look around YouTube, you're often going to come across the advice that the gear doesn't matter. And in this video I want to talk a little bit about how that isn't entirely true. It's true in one sense that gear won't help you make you a better photographer or a better videographer. But I would say that if you are okay as a photographer or a videographer, then gear is going to make things much easier for you. It's going to give you more options, and it's going to allow you to up your production value quite a bit. And so let's go over the gear that I have acquired and planned and dreamt of for so long, and which I got to, in my mind, be able to start this YouTube channel without feeling cringe and embarrassment and everything like that. So yeah, let's get going. One of the things that was really important when I started to assemble my kit was portability, but as you can see here, when I laid it out all on my desk, there's quite a lot of stuff here. So it's very portable, but there's also quite a few bits and bobs on this desk. You could divide all this into three parts: cameras, support stuff and audio, and we'll go through each of the stuff. What's missing from this pile is lighting, because I don't have any portable lights, but I hope to get some soon. And let's start with the part where I'm weakest at, which is audio, and have a look at the microphones and the stuff I have there. Here's my audio gear. There are two microphones, a Hama cheap powered microphone and a Rode VideoMic Go, and as well as some adapters and stuff like that. And at the bottom of the screen you can see the lav mic I use 90% of the time to record audio. Since the Rode is broken, I use that mainly for recording voiceover like this when I'm sitting down reading stuff into my mobile phone like I'm doing now. The Hama is good because it has quite a good reach, so if you want to record something while being quite a bit away from the camera, you can use that one. But I'm hoping to replace all this with some better gear this week. In fact, I'm planning to buy the Ceremonic Blink 500 Wi-Fi setup, and that should take over 90% of the tasks I require of my audio setup, and the audio quality should improve as well. Now we're getting to the good stuff here, and the cameras, and I have two of them. I have one B cam and I have one main cam. And let's start with the B cam, which is what you see before you. My B cam is a mobile phone that I use exclusively for video recording, and I do that because it would be really bad if someone important called while the mobile phone was stuck on the the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 gimbal you see in the middle of the screen, and I was doing some kind of important recording, so I only used that mobile phone for video recording and audio recording, as it would happen to be, because I'm using that mobile phone right now to record this voiceover. And further to the left is a small tripod that came with the gimbal. So what do I think about the mobile phone? I don't like it. I would much rather have a proper camera. I don't really feel I have good control over the quality of the footage I get out of that camera, and I would really like to have a proper camera as a B-cam, but I can't afford that right now, so I have to make do with the mobile phone, and it stinks. Yeah, it stinks. One of the reasons I don't like mobile phones as video cameras is that they are so small, so they twist and turn and wobble, and it's quite difficult to get smooth and even footage out of them, I found. So that's why I bought the DJI Osmo Mobile 3, and with it I get excellent smooth footage within the limitations of the mobile phone that I have. And as I said, that phone is not very good at video and stuff, but I'll make do. And here we are at the main event, my Lumix G80 with the lenses I have. The lenses in the middle, on the top you have a 24mm f1.7, and below that you have the kit lens, the Panasonic Vario 12 to 60 millimeter kit lens. To the right at the bottom is my variable ND filter, KNF Concept 8 to 128 ND. To the top left is my little camera, the one I use if I want to remember something and just make a sort of a visual note. I take out that and snap a picture instead of digging out the big camera. And on the bottom is the box that the variable ND filter came in, which I use to store batteries and little knickknacks that belong to the camera. The strange thing is that video is actually a three-man job. So when you're like me, you try to do it alone, you are trying to do the job of three people at the same time. So you'll have audio, you'll have lighting, you'll have camera operations, you'll have catering, casting and everything like that. Video is actually a multidisciplinary art form, and it isn't really meant for just one guy. But since most of us that do YouTube and stuff like that are one-man bands, we are going to have to basically learn a lot of things and do a lot of functions and wear many hats as we basically try to make YouTube videos. That often means that we struggle with portability. We either have to drive around our gear or carry the gear on our backs when we go outside, and that makes it very important for us to be picky when we start to choose gear. I mean, if we have a car, if you have a truck, then I suppose it's perfectly okay to use like full frame cameras or cinema cameras or stuff like that. But if we don't, then the cameras we choose and the lenses and the support gear for those things it's very important that those are portable. I decided to go with Micro Four Thirds as the smallest system, because with Micro Four Thirds the cameras and lenses together basically weigh nothing, and they give high enough quality to reach a production floor that is acceptable. I mean, you have the most capable hybrid video and photography camera is a Micro Four Thirds camera, the Panasonic G85. The one I'm on now, the G85, is kind of a mid-level or entry-level G85. It has fantastic video capabilities, and it's an okay photography camera as well. But I basically bought my G80 because of its video features, and those are fantastic. That also makes video something that has a high barrier of entry. It's expensive, and if you don't really do your research, and if you don't have patience, you can basically be prevented from following your dreams and making these videos that you want to make. So perhaps this video will inspire you or something, or give you tips for how you can scale that barrier of entry, because most of what I have is dirt cheap and scaled toward someone on normal salary that doesn't make a lot of money from video or photography, and don't have brand deals and stuff like that. So having lots of gear won't make you a better photographer or videographer. I mean, that's the part of the gear don't matter, which is true. Because if you can't expose correctly, if you can't frame a shot correctly, a $3,000 camera or a gimbal or expensive tripods won't teach you those things. So if you can't frame anything, or if you can't expose, then an expensive camera won't help you. So in that way, the saying that gear don't matter is true. What I'm hoping to do with this video is to show that there's a little bit more nuance to that rule than you will find at the surface level. So that gear will give me that floor of production value that I'm hoping to achieve. Then if I'm skilled enough, I will achieve that. If I'm not skilled enough, then I will have wasted a lot of money. But with that stuff, I hope to get better audio, better lighting, and better footage. I'm still a few things shy of where I want to be, but I'm at a level now where I'm confident that I will reach that floor of production value. So hence the gear. That's kind of the message I wanted you to take away from this video, that gear don't matter is true and untrue at the same time, depending on how you look at it. Gear don't matter if it is about your ability as a creator. Gear does matter if you want to if you have that ability but want to reach a certain production level. So we're at the end of this long video, and I wanted to say thank you for watching, and before you go, do the YouTube thing and click the like button, or if you're so inclined, why don't subscribe or click the bell icon so you'll be told the next time I post a long-winded video like this. And until next time, take care of yourself now, and see you in the next one. Bye.